Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. It's not a popular topic, but I want to say to you, yes, it is a necessity for you to blow your account. Let's get into it. All right. So, practice is the act of rehearsing a behavior repeatedly to help learn and eventually master a skill. So, repeatedly, eventually, these are time based things. All right. Really, really simple stuff. All right. Now, learning is this. All right. So, learning is a lot that's going into it is the process of acquiring new understanding, knowledge, behavior, skills, values, attitudes, and preference. So, skill is an ability. So, learned ability. That's what skills is. Attitudes is something that you need. So, it's a mental and emotional entity. Attitude involves the mindset, outlook, and feeling. So, you need to have a real account. And the reason why is because of the risk side, the possibility of something bad happening. And of course, our values is such as health, well-being, wealth, property, or the environment, often focusing on negative or undesirable consequence. So you have to have some real money at stake. Now, here's the thing that goes on with this field. Failure is the social, now it's a social thing, social concept of not meeting a desirable or an intended object and is usually viewed as the opposite of success. Now, success is not having a lot of money. A professional, now, this is someone that may be a plumber, a mechanic. These are people that work every day. So they just have a particular knowledge and skills necessary to perform their specific roles. That's what they are. They are professionals at what they do. And so it's not about having wealth. All right. It's not about having wealth to be a professional trader. It's not about that. Okay. Now let's get back to this social event. The criteria of failure depends on context and may be relative to a particular observer. So this could be you or a belief system. Hold on just a second. All right, do forgive me for that. All right, so now this is you or the belief system, which is others. All right, so I want you to be aware of that. Now, the awareness is a concept about knowing. Now, here's where it gets, I mean, really serious for us. All right, now, knowing is procedural knowledge, also known as knowing how, and sometimes referred to as practical knowledge, imperative knowledge, or performative knowledge is the knowledge exercised in the performance of a task. And so, procedural is a very, very important word. So much so, here's the definition alone relating to an established or an official way of doing something. So, to trade, there's an established official way to do it. And so, although we as people, we strive every day to be distinct because our identity is all about difference. That's what we do. We try to be distinct in so many ways, but because we're doing that, we actually have a shared similarity. That's a whole nother topic all in itself. There's predefined laws that prohibits our ambition as people, just as people. And now this is you coming to trading with this mindset. All right, just want to state that there's time that restricts your ambition. So time just in the function of life restricts your ambition to live further beyond the date that you don't supposed to be here. That's just how it works. Trading works the same way. There's the invaluable on the bottom of the chart here that's priceless, as well as the ability for price to, go higher or lower. Right? There's an ability to do just that, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So while you're trying to master this skill of doing it, which is ability, you know, I want you to keep in mind that even ability, to act with determined results with good execution, often within a given amount of time. Time is associated with both. All right. So eventually it's time. And so there's a certain amount of time that you have to allot to doing this. And remember, you need your emotions involved. You need real money at stake. You need money at stake. But there's a certain amount of time that you can commit to doing it before you need to be made aware of the official way, either by spending the money or with the chart by losing or spending it with someone that can inform you on how to cut the learning curve. But there's an official way of doing it. Now, here's the thing that I want you to kind of just keep in mind. There is a potential an unrealized potential associated with trading. And it has little to do with your learning the ability to do it. And there's a potential that the chart has to go up and down further, than what you expected it to. And so it has its own function. It has its time and it has its ability, which is price. Now, this is the price list down here. Okay. This has value. All these prices have value. This is the invaluable down here, the thing that they're protected at all costs and to try to keep your timing from being correct. And so what I want you to be made aware of is this. Now, this is the most important word I want you to take with you. There's an official way to do something, and the indicator list is full of this indicator list up here. Where is it at? It's full, it's up here somewhere. That's how often I use it. It's full of information. That's all it is. It's full of information, but is it the official way to do it? The vendors can provide you indicators, but is that the official way of doing it? Educators can provide you information, but is it the official way of doing it? The YouTube personalities, the Discord groups, is it the official way of doing it? And so, what you have to realize that when you go to trade, it needs to be a universal approach to it. I tried within 40 minutes to make you aware of it, and even tried to show you, how to do it, at whatever time that you would like to do it, but you got to be able to put it all together. Now, all three of these videos highlight that information. All right, really important stuff. But here's the word I really want you to take with you. There's an established official way to do something. That's procedural knowledge, knowing how to perform the task. And so while you're learning, you got to keep in mind it's all about time, repeatedly, eventually, and even skill itself within a given amount of time, because it's not about money. Okay, it's not about money. Don't let no one fool you. It's not about money. It's about becoming the professional that you want to be at what it is that you do. Because the professional, I don't have a definition up for you, but they have a particular knowledge and skills necessary to perform the specific role that they have. And so it's not about money. So I don't want you to feel like a failure if you blow your account out. It's necessary that you do it. I said it from the beginning. You have to have feelings involved in order to learn. You have to have your attitude. Your attitude is your feelings. So you have to have something at risk. You need to blow the account out. I can't stress that to you enough. You're on the right path. You need to blow your account out. But here's the thing that you have to make sure that you keep in mind. If you are not at a point where you can say officially, this is the way to do it, when the mechanic work on your car, the result is the car will function, it will work. The plumber come to your house, your plumbing is fixed. There have to be at a point an official way that you do it, and it's not in the variety of information provided in the indicator list, although that's our ambition all the time, is to be different in what it is that we do, to distinguish ourselves from someone else. Trading is not the place you'll want to exercise that. And that's what I want to make you aware of. You're on the right path of blowing out. That's the right way to do it. You need to learn. You absolutely need to learn. That's the correct way to learn. You just have to make sure that you keep in mind that there's a way of doing something. And if you haven't found that out yet, start with the information that I provided thus far. Start with that. Start with that universal approach. The indicator list is not going to provide you a universal approach, but there's a specific way of doing something, an official way of doing something. All right. So I just want to make you aware of blowing your account. You're on the correct path and you don't have to feel like a failure. Although you're observing what's happening, the people around you is not important. What's important is this. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.